So welcome back to Lex Read. So in today's video, I want to talk about my most anticipated reads for 2024. I only have 5 because you guys know I read like backlist books, meaning books that are clearly not new releases. But this year, I have 5. So let's just jump in. So for the first anticipated read for this year, is a romance book. It's called Going Toe to Toe, a Romance by Ara St. John. Now, I read this book, Frenemies Fix Up. I'm going to talk about it more in my wrap up. I read it in the month of March, and I just picked it up because I went to Barnes & Noble and I saw it, and it was 2 black people on the cover, and then it said Harlequin novel. And I don't think I've never read a Harlequin novel. No, I haven't. But like I said, when I saw these 2 black people on there, I picked it up. Now, I know this is a series, but you can read them like standalones. And I believe this one is the 4th one or something like that? The next story is about her friend named Lyric, and it's coming out August 20th. So I can't wait to read it because I really did like this. This is something where it's real, cute, short, sweet. I like to read these type of books when I'm reading something very serious, just to kind of break up the monotony. But yeah, I really did like this. Next is And So I Roar by Abby Dare. That is coming out August 6th. And that is the sequel to The Girl with the Louding Voice. I really enjoyed this. I remember reading this during the pandemic. This is a Nigerian author. You guys know how much I love African novelists. They just can tell a story. It is about a young girl. What was that girl's name? Is it Adune? Where she is basically was like a child bride, and she ends up living as a servant to this woman that is horrible. I mean, the stuff she makes this girl do. But she really yearns to learn, and she wants to go to school. And another young lady that is, I believe she's recently married, she sees the yearning when it comes to learning, and she kind of helps her out. There is I believe a scholarship or something like that she would need to get in order to pay like some school fees and things like that. But it was so good. So there is a sequel to this, and like I said, it's coming out on the 6th of August, and I cannot wait. Although she had a lot of hardships, there was a happy ending. Next is A Lethal Lady by Kisa Afi. This is the Harlem Renaissance mystery I was telling you guys about back in October for like Halloween. Y'all know I don't do nothing scary or anything like that, and my version of scary is like mysteries. And I was like, you know what, let me read something that's kind of like, got some killings, some murders, and that's Halloween, right? So I picked this up, and I had it for a while, and of course I got it because it's Harlem Renaissance. So when I saw Harlem Renaissance mystery, had to get it. But this actually, I was very surprised that I really did like it. Now, I do have to admit, in about maybe 50 pages, you can tell who done it, basically. And it's a young woman in the 1920s. She is a lesbian. She has a father that is a preacher. She has some sisters. She's the oldest, and she's like a little wild type of girl, kind of fast, like to party. She's young. And she gets in trouble with the police, and they're like, well, we won't take you to jail, but you have to find out who is kidnapping and killing these young girls. And that's what she does. And then the second book, which is Harlem Sunset, it's like the same thing. Somebody like dies next to her, and the police are like, okay, you got to help us figure out who did this. The next story is set in Paris, and I believe a young girl has been missing, and her mom asks her, can you help me find my daughter? And then she ends up also, a letter comes from someone that she's known from the past, and it kind of like jump starts her. So I can't wait to get into it because it did leave like a cliffhanger, because we just know that she said, oh, well, I'm going to go to Paris. And it was like, okay, that's all, we know. Next is American Daughters by Piper Hughley. This actually is coming out today, April 2nd, and I'm going to pick it up. Well, I got to work. I'm probably picking up on Saturday. But this Piper Hughley, she is a historian writer, and I got into her because of Sadiqa Johnson. And so yeah, she writes historical novels and she writes romance. But in this particular novel, it is about, I think, Theodore Roosevelt's daughter and Booker T. Washington's daughter. And so I just want to see how she's gonna, navigate this story, because those are two heavy hitters, okay? I want to see what she kind of, comes up in her head. Also, since she is a historical, novelist, she's gonna have, some history facts. So I have learned that for the past maybe 2 years now, historical fiction is one of my favorite genres. It's going to have to go down in that category because I love history, but I also love fiction. And the way sometimes the author knows how to twist those together, it can just be the perfect match. And she got high praises from Sadiqa Johnson, and I'm like, okay, let me get into it. And then the last is More Than This, the Davenports book 2, and this is by Crystal, is it Marquez? Now, I have the first book, have not read it. This is on my TBR. I plan on reading this. I need to start this like this month, or if I don't start it this month, May, I have to start it. I'm on another kick of some books right now where y'all know when I get on them kicks, I just have to focus on that, and then after that, I can go to something next. So I am going to read this very soon, but and this is on my TBR. This is coming out November 2024. We don't have a date yet. This clearly is about the Davenports. It's a high society family that is from the 19th century. There's two daughters, Helen and Olivia. Then you have the childhood friend, Amy Rose, and then you have Olivia's best friend, Ruby, who is the servant to the girls, and their brother John. So yeah, I mean, they said in NBC's Today, it says a perfect read for fans of historical fiction. And this is a YA historical fiction. Never read a YA historical fiction. So that's one reason why I really want to pick this up. And then when I learned that it was based on or inspired by C.R. Patterson, he was like the first Black man to own a carriage business. And I mean, was like really, really wealthy. And like I say all the time, I love to see Black stories where Black people, where Black people are not just struggling all the time. And in this case, they got some money, okay? I cannot wait to get into this. I love this cover, and the cover for the new book too, that pretty like lilac color. Oh, so pretty. Love the covers of these. So yeah, guys, that is it when it comes to my most anticipated reads. Like I said, I only have 5 because y'all know I like to read books from the past, but a lot of these books are sequels. Only one is not, which is American Daughters. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you, and I'll be back with more Black books. Bye.